Hi, it's been a while since I worked on this project, but I'm back at it now. The next thing I'm going to do is work on the top. The top of this unit is 12 inches deep by about 24 inches wide. I don't have a piece of board that big to cover it, but I do have poplar that's 10 1/8 wide, and well, this is a little bit longer than 24. So what I've done is that I've actually cut some poplar. These are about 1.5 inches thick or wide, I'm sorry, and I'm going to wrap that piece of board there with this piece of board here, miter the corners, so it'll have about a little over 1/2 inch overhang on the front and the sides. So that's what I'll be at here today. Okay, so I've got the 4 pieces trimmed and put in place. I left this one up here a little smidgen long, a little tiny bit long, so that it allows me some adjustability when I'm putting it all together. So I use pocket screws, so I just marked out the back. I'm putting 3 pocket screws on each side. So I just started here actually drilling the holes so I can mount up the little end pieces on the top. So I've got the sides attached. Now I'm plugging the holes with some of my gelatin glue that I use. As I mentioned before in another video, I just spread it in the holes with a little paintbrush, as like so, and then I take one of these plugs and I use my little pocket jig to pop them in place. So here we have the top with all the plugs popped in there. Now they're all pretty snug in there now with a little bit of glue. I just have to flush cut them and sand them down. Here's what the top will look like. It's not too bad. I think it looks pretty good. What I may do in the corners here as well is maybe put a screw in through there just to make sure that they hold. I could have put biscuits in there, but I don't have a biscuit joiner. In addition to that, the inspector came out and was wondering why there wasn't a piece of board in here to make this sort of like a little box area. So I just went and ripped a couple pieces of board, one for this side, one for the other side. That'll be popping in here now, just to encase this a little, because DW said that if she's hanging scarves in there, it might get caught up in the hinge. So that's a slight little modification on the move. So as I mentioned before, these are all pretty dry, so I flush cut them a little bit, and I also installed, I don't know if you can see it, plugs here, because I have a screw connecting the 2 pieces together, so that'll be hidden. And as I was working on a little bit earlier, these pieces in here to make this sort of like encased little box, they're installed on both sides. And again, I have them installed with screws and plugs right there, and just right down the side. So that'll be sanded as well. Oh, and there's all the little bits, because there's nothing worse than stepping on these on the floor. They're quite uncomfortable, so I'll try to pick up as many as I can. So I've got the top sanded, and I must say it looks pretty nice. This little figure here, I think it's going to look really nice, just in case the unit doesn't get painted. And the underneath, I have the plugs all flush cut. You're not going to see them anyway, but at least I know that they're all filled and flush cut. So to mount it, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I have these little L brackets that I may use in along the sides right here. That's probably what I'll do there. But on the front and the back, I've used my little pocket jig. I clamped it on here and put my drill up through here, and it popped a nice little pocket hole. So I'm going to, on the front and the back of the box here, I'm going to pocket screw the top, and on the sides I'm going to put these these little brackets here. And the main reason because I can't fit this in along here with the drawer slider. So that's what I'm going to be working on next, and I'll show you the finished product. A little trick that I've used in the past to make sure that these corner brackets are attached correctly is first of all, screw it to a straight edge that'll cover the entire piece. So this is just a piece of board that I had a straight edge, so I screw it to there. So, and then I flip it upside down. So this is essentially representing the top of the cabinet. And I bring it over to the cabinet, drop it on top, and slide it over. So therefore I know that it is flush with the top of the cabinet because it's flush with this and it's flush with that. Flush all over the place. So then I just pop a screw in here, take that screw out of right there, and there we go, the bracket's in place. Much like this one here. So I know that when the top lays on it, it'll be able to screw up with no gaps. So that's a little tip when installing these type of brackets. So here's the top temporarily installed. I do have it screwed on there. I take the drawer out. I'll show you what I've got done. It's a little stiff because it hasn't been waxed or anything yet. I just lay that up there. And if you can see underneath, you can see the two brackets I have on each side. One there and one right there. I also have the pocket holes put in the back, and there's also two put right there. I don't have the pocket screws put in yet because I'm going to take the top off because I want to turn the unit upside down when I'm putting the skirt on. And I got two brackets over on that side. So it's pretty sturdy. And I guess that's it for today. Thanks for watching.